Hello everybody, Andy here today to talk to you all about speculation. No, yes, okay, I don't know if I've said the word rumor. Here's some speculation for you, but it's a guess based on facts, based on objectiveness, based on conjecture, based on I think yeah. So let me tell you my conspiracy theory for why shapes are being removed from Kill Team. Right, background. I managed to pick up my, so you know Skaven Tide just released, or releases in like a few days. And I managed to pick mine up from my local store a little bit early, which is cool. This guy's fun. These terrain walls are actually going to be really useful for Kill Team, so that's good because, you know, in Kill Team when it comes to terrain you want a nice thin wall. These do a good job of them, so that's nice to have a little bit of extra terrain. And also, if you're a bit crazy, you could totally stack these and then put like another floor there. You could do that. Anyway, moving on, right? So I'm building everything, it's all good. And they give you something else. Now, if you've been following Skaven Tide, I want to do some other videos just focused on Age of Sigmar, but let's ignore that. If you've been following if you haven't been following Skaven Tide, you won't know this. So this is what it's all based on, okay? In the Fire and Jade, in the Spearhead set, they're trying to make it a beginner entry, despite what they might be saying about how it's its own entry point and all this stuff. It's not. It's a beginner version of Sigmar, okay? Cool. That's all you need to know about it. And in that, they give you this terrain, and they give you a book, a board, and a measuring widget. Now, we haven't really known what that measuring widget was really going to look like until it's in my hands. And I think, and I'm going to tell you why, we're losing shapes. So, if you recall, my good sirs, siresses, and sirai, if we think back to the latest releases, we had, it was definitely two, it might have been three things, where suddenly, for some reason, we've started seeing the measurement of red plus blue, or pentagon plus square, or 6 plus 3, right? So if we look at the, I'm on Battle Kit, you should be using that, by the way. This is the Jaeger Bombast. Focus, please. There you go. And the range on his Wrought-Lock revolvers is red plus blue, okay? And then there was also the Patriarch cannot move further than red plus blue in his in a turning point, right? And I didn't think much of it. I just thought, okay, well that's weird, and it's a clear limitation of Kill Team's current movement system. Spearhead drops. It hasn't technically dropped yet. And we get movement widgets. Now, firstly, these are super fun. They've got little, are we going to see them? Can we see them? They have, no, they've got rats on them. It's very fun. I approve of rats. They've got rats and skulls. Very Warhammer. Okay? And you get a 6-inch and a 3-inch. Okay? Also, wait for it, chaps, they connect together. And it becomes a 9-inch. Interesting. Now, that's it. Actually, there you go. I think that in the next edition of Kill Team, we are going to get this similar style of widget. And it's going to clip together. We're going to get a 6 and a 3, and we're going to be able to measure things like this. And there you go. I hope that was fun. I hope that speculation was fun for you. Because if I'm honest, that's all I've got going for me. And you could still, obviously, instead of having rats on it, you could still have triangle, circle, etc. But I feel like if you do that, maybe this is just, I'm not going to say this is a new thing they're going to do, but I think that this could actually legitimately be a thing that they do. They decide to start always doing plastic kind of little measurement widgets for you. So we might get some in whatever the next Warcry box is, whatever the next Necromunda box is, etc. There you go. And certainly, for Kill Team, this makes perfect sense. Why would we need to have, you know, they've tried the widget thing, they tried the shapes, and now I personally like the shapes, and I think they are genuinely a positive, but if you look online, what comes up in the discourse a lot is the shapes are dumb. I don't think that's fair, I don't think that's true. I think the shapes are really good for beginners, and for people that come over from other avenues and people that aren't already wargamers, that aren't already used to inches. However, Kill Team is not a beginner game, and you always have to pitch your rules and what you're aiming for at who the game's designed for. So, although yes, I think that in a vacuum, shapes make total sense for a rule system, Kill Team is not beginner enough to ever need that. And so I think that actually, although I personally like shapes as a concept, I think that the next edition is not going to use shapes. They're going to go back to inches, and that means we can have one of these, which clips together. So suddenly, instead of just being 6 or 3, we have 9. There you go. That's it. That's all I've got. You know, all we can do for this speculation is to look at what else GW has done and think, hey, the design studio presumably talks to each other. This has been in production. Maybe they all sat around and looked at this widget and said, oh yeah, that's really cool actually, because they would have done the same when it comes to Kill Team. They would have looked at those widgets as a team, the 40k guys, the Kill Team guys, there's Necromunda guys, the Sigmar guys, maybe Forge World, I don't know what they do really. And they would have said, oh, I see what you did there, I don't like it. Right? They would have said, I see your widgets, I'm making Spearhead, I'm not using your widgets. Why? That seems very strange, because honestly, if you ignore the fact that Spearhead is a beginner version of Sigmar, and Sigmar can't use shapes, it needs to use inches, Spearhead should probably be the beginner version of a game that uses shapes. There you go. But they don't do that because they have to tie into Age of Sigmar. There you go. Cool. All right. Well, I'm pretty much done. So thanks for watching. I have nothing else to say. Anyway, more stuff is coming for Sigmar. More stuff is coming for Kill Team. In fact, if you're a patron of mine, you've already seen like my next 3 videos for Kill Team. What have I done? I've got my favorite Kill Team. Take a guess what that is. I've got how to pick your favorite Kill Team. No, that's one I haven't done yet. That's coming up soon. Cool. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Andy. I'm going on holiday, so you're not going to hear from me for a week. Have fun. Bye.